Just 24 days ago.
LeBron fadeaway 10-footer is good. He can't miss. LeBron can't miss right now. LeBron steps into a three. He knocks it down. LeBron James has scored 15 straight Cavalier points. Batted out by Nance. Back to Clarkson. Three on the way. He knocks it down. The former Lakers with the play in the sequence. And the Cavaliers are going to close out the pre-All-Star break schedule with 4 consecutive wins.
Bring some new bodies, some fresh bodies, kind of rejuvenated us, and to come out and beat Minnesota, beat Boston, beat OKC, it's a huge stepping stone.
The Cavs certainly feeling the love. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Welcome into First Take. Molly Karam here in studio. Max and Stephen A. are on the road. And gentlemen, I have a serious question. It's Valentine's Day. It's time to spread the love. Are you guys going to be nice to each other and take it easy on everyone we discuss?
We're here to do our jobs. We're not here to sit up there and all of this other lovey-dovey stuff.
Okay.
That's for after-hours stuff. That's
Stephen
not,
A.
that's
I
not
know
what it's time to conduct.
you'll be spreading the love in LA. I'm not worried.
I will do no such thing. I will do no such thing.
Yes.
Molly, all I can tell you is I will give Stephen A. the tough love he needs today.
Oh, I like that. Smooth by Max.
Try.
All right, gentlemen, let's get into it. So we've seen 2 games now with this new look Cavs squad. First, they crushed Boston and Beantown, and we saw more hot shooting last night in the land. Against OKC. LeBron led all scorers with 37 newcomers. Larry Nance Jr., Jordan Clarkson, Rodney Hood all showed up and contributed to that W. Max, what do these Cavs bring to the table now?
Well, it is Valentine's Day, and it's apropos what I'm about to say, Molly.
Okay.
Stephen A. What they bring is passion. And the question is it more than that? Is it actually love? And here's what I mean. They are right now obviously in a honeymoon phase. There are, thanks to our friends at Second Spectrum Analytics, they are hitting shots, particularly J.R. Smith, at an unsustainable rate. J.R. Smith is not going to be able to continue hitting shots like this. Even LeBron is hitting shots at a rate that is abnormal. Now, they're also getting better shots. That is also true, and that kind of thing is sustainable. But the way the shots are falling, is it luck? Is it a good feeling they have about each other right now? They're obviously in a honeymoon phase. We see this with new coaches across all sports. They get that little bounce. So that's the passion they bring, right? Here on Valentine's Day. But is this the stuff of a long-term relationship? Is it really love? Can they sustain it? And that will not be on the role players, because they can play as well as they can play. And, you know, Rodney Hood has upside, and Clarkson is energetic off the bench and can do some things in the backcourt. And obviously Nance is an energizer. Bunny has a nose for the ball and all that. But they'll be as good and go as far as LeBron James allows them to. So the question is, can he do it with this cast of characters? Can they continue to get along and feel good about each other when they hit the inevitable bumps in the road? That will be the question. Or is this just a honeymoon phase?
Well, I have answers. LeBron James has looked sensational. There's no reason to get into that right now. Tyronn Lue has done an exceptional job of coaching this team since the trade has taken place. There's no reason to really get into that right now. What alarms me and what I'm paying attention to is the combination of the newcomers combined with what it's done for J.R. Smith. Now, they haven't been here for the last 4 or 5 games. I mean, they've been here for the last 3 pretty much. But J.R. Smith is on the tear over the last 5 games. Just look at some of his numbers, Max. Over the last 5 games, he shot 66, 50, 50, 85%, and 60% from the field. He's hit 20 of 34 three-pointers. That's like at a 58% rate from the three-point line. Obviously, that's not something that's going to be sustainable. We all know this. But in the same breath, it does give indications that now that he doesn't have to worry about being traded, combined with the fact that he doesn't have to lament coming off the bench, or even once he was inserted in the starting lineup after just 3 games, he doesn't necessarily have to watch over his shoulders because all of them are meshing so well. This is the kind of thing that you have to watch out for and you have to monitor as we go along. Think about this. Last night, as the game waned and it was tight and the Cleveland Cavaliers pulled away, you had LeBron on the floor with Jeff Green, Larry Nance Jr., Jordan Clarkson, and J.R. Smith. And they were killing it. See, Nance and Clarkson know how to play together, obviously, because they were in L.A. together. Not only that, Clarkson's ability to create his own shot and not necessarily needing to stand in the corner and wait for LeBron to make all the plays helps freeze things up. It helps freeze things up not just for LeBron, but it helps freeze things up for J.R. Smith. And my point is, watching all of that, that's good enough on offense. But what really impresses me is their mobility defensively. They get out and defend perimeter shooters. Larry Nance Jr. is huge. Remember, Magic Johnson came on our show months ago, right in studio in Los Angeles. He sat there and he talked about how valuable Larry Nance was and how reluctant they were to give him up because he's young with such tremendous promise and he plays on both ends of the floor and he does his job. If you watch Larry Nance yesterday, one of the big things I peeled from it is in pick and roll situations, whereas you would have a Kevin Love or to a lesser degree Tristan Thompson, struggling to defend perimeter shooters. Larry Nance has no problem getting out there. And if you remember when the Cleveland won the championship years ago, we raved about Tristan Thompson from the perspective that he was able to get out on the perimeter and literally defend perimeter shooters on Golden State because of his mobility. Nance. And so when you look at it from that perspective, the fact that Larry Nance elevates them defensively and Clarkson helps them spread the floor offensively, freeing up JR, that's what I'm impressed by what I'm seeing from Cleveland right now.
Larry Nance is a difference maker. He's the kind of guy that every team wants to have, the guy who will do all the dirty work, who's energetic on both ends. And I would describe him as a poor man's Dennis Rodman. It's not just that he's energetic and athletic. He actually has a nose for the ball. He has good intuition in terms of where the ball will wind up, and he winds up there. Jordan Clarkson, if Larry Nance is a poor man's Dennis Rodman, Jordan Clarkson's like a poverty-stricken man's Russell Westbrook. He has that same kind of attack mentality and can do things like that, obviously on a much lower level than a guy like Russell Westbrook. But the big thing to me is the fact that they played together in L.A., so you have not just four different pieces when you add George Hill and Rodney Hood coming onto this team and joining this new group, but two of those pieces are used to working together and their skills complement one another. And what we see in the NBA often is fresh legs off the bench are better late than, even if they're not stars, than star quality players who are tired. Now, if those fresh legs come with built-in chemistry and complementary skill sets, you got something. So Clarkson and Nance are a huge addition to this team.
Which is why I said them instead of LeBron James. LeBron James is the obvious default factor. I mean, he's a superstar. He's the best in the world. Well, of course they go where he takes them.
Yeah, except when we talk about it being unsustainable, J.R. Smith hitting 85% of his shot, or threes, raining in from everywhere at an unsustainable rate. J.R. Smith will regress to the mean, of course. He is J.R. Smith. Good player. When he's going well, a very good player, but not a superstar. But that's the thing about LeBron James. That's why I say he goes as far as they take him, obviously. But it means a little bit more when you say it about LeBron James than just another star. Because LeBron's passing ability, more than anything, is what made him something new. Wait a minute, he's like Karl Malone size and can get up like Jordan or Kobe, but he passes like Magic or Bird? The passing is what makes it just different. And so J.R. Smith will regress to the mean. But LeBron will find the other hot hand. LeBron's presence will create a situation where Clarkson starts to hit at an unsustainable rate, or Rodney Hood does, or someone else does. That's the LeBron effect, and he can do it in high leverage moments, which makes them dangerous, obviously, in the playoffs.
I did not want to talk about LeBron. And the reason I did not want to talk about LeBron, Max, is because he found hot hands in the finals last year. They weren't hot enough. The fact is he can find anybody, but if they ain't making shots, it don't matter. So the point is to focus on Larry Nance, Jordan Clarkson, Rodney Hood, J.R. Smith, because they're going to have to deliver if Cleveland is to have a chance. So the question is, can they deliver? Can they deliver? Can they deliver? That's the question that we'll be asking ourselves as the season wanes.
Yes, in the Eastern Conference. A chance at what? At the Warriors? I know you're not talking about a chance at the Warriors.
We'll see.
Puncher's chance, maybe, gentlemen. Let's keep going, though. Speaking of the Warriors, so now that they have this younger, rejuvenated, more athletic and winning Cavs squad, Stephen A., I got to start with you on this one. Are you more or less excited about these playoffs coming up?
I'm more excited about the potential of the finals. I'm not excited at all about the Cleveland Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference because when you look at the fresh body